Hey, Xiaomi here, and welcome back to my channel. This is the first video that I'm going to upload where I speak about my writing project. Yep, you heard it right. I've just been having a lot of difficulty trying to balance my online work with my writing, and I think lately I've found a little bit of a balance, especially with reading and online work. And it has to do a lot with the fact that I'm looking at a computer day in and day out. The last thing I want to do is come home and also look at a computer. So it's something that's been a little bit difficult for me to actually try and balance. But I was like, you know what, you want this, just go for it. Little by little you're gonna get there. And even though I wasn't able to participate in Preptober, what I wanted to do was that every single week I'm gonna have sort of like a little check-in to my writing. And the first week I'm going to dedicate it to just prepping for the other weeks that I have planned for Nanowrimo. So every single week I'm going to be telling you what is it that I have planned in order for it not to be continuously repetitive. Okay, so let's just get into what is it that I want to achieve for this week. Okay, so for this week what I really want to aim for is that I want to work on this sort of story bible that I have for my world. What I do want to expand within my world building has to deal with my characters, with my night creatures, with the seers in Neria, just because there are a lot of things that have been popping into my mind, and also I've been getting these little inspirations, sporadic little inspirations every now and then, and I've been jotting them down on pieces of paper, and I was like, you know what, just stop, because you really want to write this story, you really want to finish this story, so just sit down and try and achieve that. And that's what I have right now in mind. Currently Project Night Creature stands at 59,788 words, and this is something that I want to expand on, so I'm just gonna be calling it on Nanowrimo's website Project Night Creatures 2, because it's what I want to do. I want to have them side by side, and I just really want to expand on the draft that I had that I was supposed to be working on, but I never actually worked on it because life happened, and these are things that I really want to expand on, because I think that, one, I'm such an underwriter, so these little details that are incredibly important within a story I sometimes skip out on, or just I'm like, well, I think I provided a really good description of it, and 99.9% of the time it's a really vague description. Sometimes I just have the word and I assume that people should know what these creatures look like, but it's my world and I want people to envision my creation of my characters, then I'm not doing a really great job at actually describing these characters. So that's something that I really want to work on. It's also something that I noticed when I was rereading, especially the first chapter, when I just mentioned gremlins and I didn't describe them, and I'm like, okay, how do my gremlins actually look like? I don't want people to assume how is it that I want them to look. I want them to be how is it that I envision them. So I do want to set a goal of actually adding 31k to my current project, just because if I'm going to be rewriting this complete project, I have an idea for the prologue. So that means my current prologue stands at 3,000 words, or nearly 3,000 words, and I'm thinking about eliminating that prologue and actually including a first chapter where I describe not everything within that first chapter, but a few little details leading up to what happens within the rest of the story. Just because the more that I think about it, I've always wanted to have sort of like, not the first chapter per se, but like a prologue that deals with my witch queen, and it's something that's always been in the back of my mind, and lately I've been thinking about it a lot more, and I wrote it out on my phone, and I was just like, oh my god, this is great, I just have to expand a lot more on it. So I'm currently going to be changing the prologue yet again. Yeah, I know I do shift a lot, but you know what, that happens, especially if you want to perfect your book. I also have another project ongoing, which is my project Witch Queen, which is a novella. Currently Project Night Creatures has been set in my mind as a duology, and it does have a side novella aimed towards the Witch Queen, because she's the one that I want to expand a lot more on, just because there's a little hidden details that once her perspective or her point of view gets introduced within the book, which is roughly around the second act, there are a few things that you're like, oh wait, there's more to her than just meet the eyes, so that's something that I want to expand on with my Witch Queen. And currently I have that project open. It stands with an outline and the prologue. Right now it stands at 704 words, and I've been wanting to open the project and just work on that, but I was like, chill out, woman, just chill out. No, I'm not going to rush anything, just because as long as I have my goals set and I accomplish those goals, then that's okay with me. What I really want to do is to start writing from 3 to 5 days a week. I'm gonna start it this week, 3 to 5 days, just because I want to ease into it, and then hopefully by the second week I'll be more, you know, adapted to it and just find it as a routine and just continuously work on it, and I won't see it as a burden or just, you know, as something that's going to take up time from, you know, my regular job. Okay, so right now I am updating the Nanowrimo website. I couldn't put in my goal of 31k just because obviously Nanowrimo's 50k, but we're gonna go with it. I did change up the summary. I did title this one Project Night Creatures 2. It says an undesired prophecy is foretold. Now Shalimar, along with other guardians and watchers from Neria, must stop the night creatures and their witch queen from entering the human world. I'm not gonna add an excerpt, so that's really all I'm going to add. Let me see. Save project, and yay, I have it. I already have updated my Nanowrimo website, and we're gonna get into this. Hey everyone, I hope that you're all doing well. Today is November the 3rd. That means that it's election day. I already went. I voted. So I'm just hoping for something good here in Puerto Rico, because honestly I can't with the corruption anymore. I'm just tired of everything. Just praying for something good, and also something good in the States, because honestly, man, this is the I was talking to my brother last time, and I told him like a few days ago, and I told him that I think that we're in an alternate reality of what the real world should be like, and I don't know, I think somebody hit the off button and we're just like stuck in limbo, and it's like the world hasn't righted itself yet, and we're suffering the consequences, and this is what's happening, honestly. Yeah, my goal for these 2 days have been 200 words for each day, but yesterday I bumped it up to 210, but I got 564 words on the first day and 235 words on the second day, and I'm supposed to be working on my characters and on my outline and whatnot, and also like my world building in general. But yesterday I wanted to participate in a writing sprint, and unfortunately for them it's 5, for me it's 8 at night, and at that time I don't know, like I don't have any more energy and whatnot, but I did write, so I did stay up. I managed to put in those words. But you know, when you're supposed to do one thing and then you just start glimpsing at, you know, your project, and then you stay stuck on your project, well, that was what happened yesterday and today. I have been glued to my chapters. I just started for today, but I found that I've wanted to tweak chapters of the Witch Queen again, because I wanted to read something that goes in with the prologue that I have currently right now for the one that I want to fix, and I'm gonna see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna continue writing. I'm gonna see what is it that I do, and then I'll update you. If there's a lot of noises, because I don't know what's gonna happen, then I'll update you tomorrow. I have been working on Project Night Creatures. I was just working on something that I told myself not to work on. I was working on the physical project per se, you know. Last night I opened another document that's titled Project Night Creatures Draft 2, and I was like, why are you doing this? You're supposed to be working on the world building. So I started working on the world building, and I right now have roughly around 5 tribes of Neria, and there's supposed to be 12. There's some that are vaguely in my mind. I just have to create the backstory of this tribe, of these tribes, because there are quite a few that elude me as of right now. I don't have to have every single one of them in my mind right now, because they don't play a major role, but within my map those tribes are really there. And also you know, the people that, you know, like, you know, my seers and my watchers, they come from this world, so I need to know which other tribes, especially there's a moment where I indicate this, and because there's also certain things that highlight every single one of the members of the tribe, just because I thought about putting something like unique and distinctive about each tribe, sort of like Avatar, the movie. When they all came together, every single one of them had like something different that just, like, you know, stood out within their tribe. So that's basically something that, you know, came to my mind. I do have a vivid image in my mind, but just when it comes to writing, I just skip out on these things. It's something that I'm going to go back and add. Even though I did add a few things, I do want to spread it out throughout the entire book, just because I don't want to make it info dumpy in certain aspects. And I also want to start including more internal feelings from my characters, so people can, you know, empathize with them and also like root for them and just, you know, like these characters on a deeper sense. You know, these are little things that I want to work on. Okay, so I know I haven't filmed a lot, honestly. It had to do with a lot of stress that I was having within me, myself, and I. Everything built up, and you know, I was trying and I did, and I tried a lot. The reality of it is that, you know, and also like trying to ease back into writing, everything like sort of took a toll, but I'm content that I at least tried to do a lot of things. But leading to what everything happened is basically the stress, especially the stress of the elections. I was paying attention to both the ones here in Puerto Rico and also the ones in the US, because we get directly affected by everything over there. I was just so content, like honestly, like I filled my stories with so many Biden pictures, because I was just like, yes, finally America can breathe. Finally, hopefully, you know, greater things are going to come, because I just couldn't with another 4 years with, you know, that man just spewing hatred and just a hateful individual. I just couldn't, honestly, I just couldn't, with everything he tried to do, with everything he did, and also with Hurricane Maria and everything that happened here, and also saying that he wanted to sell Puerto Rico. Like, there's a lot of things that we do not forget. We do not forget. Just after that, I felt like a weight was lifted off of me, honestly, and I did write on Saturday, and then I decided to watch movies on Sunday. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm sorry, but my dog was about to cough. But yeah, if you want to tell me how many words you wrote for the first week of Nano, then feel free. I honestly don't know, but I'll just write it here to show you how many words was it that I wrote. And this includes my prepping, which is my world building, and also my characters and whatnot, and maybe the first possible instance of my prologue, which I had it in my mind, then I kind of forgot about it, and now I don't know specifically where in my mind it is. I know it's drifting around there, and I'll find it. But yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful day and or night, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.